What's up, YouTube and Facebook? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch this video. On this wonderful, fateful Friday, I hope so far that your week has been a blessing to you. I hope that you've learned something new. But before I get off into the message that I want to share with you guys today, I would just like to say please subscribe to my channel, Blind Mom on the Go. And you can like it, you can share it, you can dislike it. Either way, I still gotta pray for you. So on today's video, I want to just talk about something that's really near and dear to my heart. And it's two words: um, mama's boys. And I know, ladies, I know we use that term. I'm just gonna say I did. I used to use that term to make men feel less than. It kind of hit them, men don't like you talk about their mama. Okay, that's number one. But I know I used to use that term negatively, and I wanted to change that because the Lord has given me a revelation, different perspective on that word. So, just to start off with the relationship that mothers and sons have is very unconditional. And I said, Lord, why is this bond? A mother would do. I've watched my mother go through so much with my youngest brother, my baby brother, my only brother. And it just wiped, it just took, you could just see her spirit drain from her. Every time he got into a situation or every time he got into trouble, she had to go bail him out. And I used to get so frustrated with her. I was like, Mom, why you keep bailing him out for? He's not learning a lesson. If you want him to learn something, you have to just let him go through it by itself without you helping him. And she said to me, she said, you don't know what it's like until you have kids. And you know how we do, how we try it, we know everything. I said, well, I ain't gonna do that when I have my children. My children ain't gonna have me sitting up here feeling sad and doing all that. God has a sense of humor because he gave me not one, but two sons. And I know I would do anything and everything for them. You want to see me forget that I'm saved? Mess with my sons. It would just completely skip my mind. But anyway, I wanted to encourage you mothers out there who may be going through a situation with your child. And yes, it makes you feel like a failure. It makes you feel like, why are you a mother if you're not doing the right things? But we're not perfect, okay? But I just wanted to encourage you today and just give you guys some hope, on mother's boys, mama's boys. And I remember years ago I was praying to the Lord, and I was crying out. I said, Lord, I don't want my sons to be mama's boys. I don't want them to depend on me. I don't want them to not be accountable for their actions. I don't want them to misuse women or disrespect them or use them. And I was just sitting there crying. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when I pray, well, all the time when I pray, when I stop crying in the middle of my prayer, I know that the Lord is giving me peace over the situation. And I heard him. He said, those are not mama's boys. I said, well, what are they then, Lord? He said, they just boys. He said, because a mama's boy loves his mother. He's going to be respectful. He is going to go into the world and know that he has a purpose because he has a mother behind him that has his back and that loves him unconditionally and holds him accountable. So I said, okay, Lord, I need more information on this. I need to know, where can I find this in the Bible? Okay. And the Lord gave me a revelation. And there's a couple of men that I'm going to speak about from the Bible concerning mama's boys. And the first one that the Lord gave me was David, King David. And I know even if you're not a believer or a Christian, you know the story of David, how he slayed Goliath and how he, him and Bathsheba got together. So you kind of know about David, King David. And I said, Lord, how is King David a mama's boy? The Lord said, how do you think he learned how to sing and dance and worship the Lord the way that he did? Because his daddy didn't teach him. Okay? he saw it from his mama, his aunties and him, his grandmama and him. And David grew up to be a king. Yes, he had struggles, but I tell you one thing, he knew who to call on when those struggles overtook him. And when he couldn't, when his back was against the wall, he knew to call on God. So a mama's boy, they're not gonna be perfect. They're gonna mess up. But because you taught them the way to go, they're gonna know who to call on. And let's just have peace with that today, regardless of where your son is, whether he's in jail, whether he's not. We still have to still fight for them, even when you feel like giving up. And there's been plenty of times I felt that. But the Lord said, I trusted you with these boys, so I'm believing that you're going to carry out the duty that I called them to. So on this video, I just wanted to speak about King David, and just to encourage you mothers that just to keep your head up, y'all. And just to keep going. This is for me too, because I need to be lifted up. Because you know how our children, when they act up, especially our sons, it just, speaking for me, it just does something to me. It takes a part of me that is secure, and it makes me insecure. And then I start questioning, oh Lord, what am I doing wrong? But the Lord will show you and help you and guide you. And when he shows you stuff about your children, correct it before it's too late. You don't want them to get 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then they still got the same problem, and you have to correct it. And another thing, mothers, please, even if the dad isn't there, please don't talk bad about your children's father in front of them, because it's going to affect them. And those same words you spit out your mouth is going to fall on your babies. So when they grow up and be that deadbeat that you said, don't get mad at them. So I just want to encourage you guys, and especially you women, when you say mama's boys, don't use it negatively. Don't use it to beat somebody down, because I believe what the Lord told me is true. Mama's boys love their mothers, okay? Respect them. They grow up and be mighty men of God, okay? So King David is one of the examples I'm going to use today. I have a lot of other men that I'm going to use from the Bible, but I wanted to just show the connection with mama's boys. And I know they really didn't mention David's mom that much in the Bible, but I did come across a couple of scriptures. I think there's one in Psalms 86, I think 16, verse 16. I think there's another one in Psalms 116, but I forgot the verse in that one. But both of those verses are pretty much sums up David asking the Lord to save him and the son of thy handmaiden. So that let me know that his mother was a worshiper. She believed in God. And she passed that same thing on to her son. And he became king, and he wasn't afraid, and he wasn't fearful. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to think twice before you say mama's boys. If it is a man that ain't worth nothing, just call him a boy, please. Because some mothers out there are really working hard to raise their children in the right way. They're really out there doing the best that they can with what they know how to do. Give somebody some grace. Extend some grace to somebody today, okay? And mercy. So I just want to say, I love you guys. And I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but I wanted to use King David as an example of a mama's boy, and just to show that he wasn't perfect. But, oh, another thing. Guess what God said he was to him? He said he was a man after his own heart. That kid that was worshiping in the field looking for the sheep. And don't you think that when he had to go find his sheep, he had to tell his mama, hey mama, I'm finna go, my sheep gone, I gotta go find the sheep. You don't think his mama was behind him with a stick to make sure nobody messed with her baby? Okay? You don't think she was behind him when he went to go slaying that bear, that lion, for his sheep? You don't think she was somewhere in the corner waiting and watching and seeing what's finna go down? Because David was a young boy out there with them sheep. And I know I love my sons. And if they come and tell me they're about to go do something, then I'm gonna be right around the corner. So I said all that to say this. Mamas, love your boys. Don't be ashamed of them. Lift them up. Lift them up. And don't give up on them. And hold them accountable for their actions. Hold them accountable for their actions. So before I get off of this video today, because I got to get my oldest one off to school, please subscribe to my channel, Blind Mom on the Go. You can like it, you can share it, you can dislike it. Either way, you already know. I still got to pray for you. Mama's boys, hold your head up. We out here. Love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this wonderful Friday. Peace out.